Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we're going to have a look at the latest GFS, GEM, ECMWF, GFS Ensembles. We'll also have a look at some precipitation charts, as we've still got some more showers and potentially thunderstorms around, and we'll have a look at the latest radar, as again, currently we do have some quite heavy showers and thunderstorms. Now do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you do like and subscribe, it really does help me out. Make sure you check me out on Twitter as well, links are in the description. So currently we're looking at the GFS, and you can see we've got this area of low pressure over the top of the UK. We're under a relatively warm air mass, or at least we were. And with those combined, means we've seen quite a few heavy showers over the last few days. And again today we have had some more thunderstorm breakouts. Now, they are quite localised, where we actually do see thunder and lightning, but there are still generally quite a lot of showers around, and where we do see those thunderstorms, they have been quite frequent and have continually popped up, bringing some interesting conditions. There was potential, there's been quite frequent lightning strikes, and there was even potentially a tornado that was picked up by the Met Office earlier today. I saw on their Twitter feed. If you don't follow them on Twitter, you should follow them, because they do have some really good insights, and they posted about an hour or two ago a image from their Met Office HQ in Exeter, which showed the potential for a funnel cloud or tornado. It was from radar, so it wasn't confirmed or anything, but there was a hook in the radar and the precipitation, which is symbolic of rotation within a storm, and normally is accompanied by a funnel cloud, if not a tornado. So very interesting conditions out down in Exeter today. They now are a bit more dry now, and that area of rain and thunderstorms is moving northwards, and is affecting parts of South Wales at the moment. So if we run through these latest GFS, we'll look at the sort of the next 10 days and then potentially a little bit longer, as there is still a decent chance we could be going warmer towards the end of May. You see low pressure continue rattling off the Atlantic. Towards Wednesday and Thursday, you can see this little air of low pressure running in through the channel. This could bring more persistent rain further southwards, and it could bring some quite heavy rain. Its exact track is still unsure at this stage, so it could miss completely, or it could go quite far northwards, and perhaps sort of the M4 line, perhaps the Midlands could see some rain, and southern England could see a lot of rain as well. Beyond that, that low pressure sort of sits around, and we continue having sort of westerly winds, low pressure dominated, so a lot of showers around. Not particularly vicious areas of low pressure, so there will be some frontal rainfall, but it won't be these massive deluge we've seen recently. There will be quite blustery conditions around, but nothing too windy either. Still under a generally cool air mass, you can see the jet stream is displaced southwards. It's not bitterly cold or anything, but you can see as we run through, there is really no real warmth in the air. And as we head through towards day 10, we continually have low pressure dominant conditions. And then low pressure tries to come in from the south towards day 10. This could bring a bit more warmer air, and again, more rain for the south. As we head towards the end of the run, however, you do start to see the potential for low pressure out in the Atlantic, higher pressure in the over Europe and Scandinavia, and we are pulling up a southerly wind. Now, this current GFS doesn't go particularly warm. It goes warmer than we have currently, but it is not. It would give temperatures around 20 or so degrees, which would be very, very nice compared to what we've had recently. And some other ensemble members are going even a bit warmer than that, and we'll have a look at that towards the end of the video. If we go back to the pressure charts, you can see there's a little area of low pressure towards sort of Italy. That would bring severe thunderstorms towards Italy, and it's symbolic of this sort of pattern where the jet stream's a bit further northwards. This all can't be high pressure, and you do sort of see these little cut-off lows forming, and this time of year could produce some very intense thunderstorms towards Italy. So that's something interesting to watch out for. If we now have a look at the GM, see whether that does follow on from the GFS. Again, really similar pattern over the next few days. As we head towards day 10, you can see still low pressure dominated. Low pressure to our north, trying to bring down northerly winds and some colder air. But you can also see this low pressure diving southwards. Be interesting to see which one wins out. If this low sort of wins out and we do start to pull in southerly winds and high pressure does start to build over Europe, this could start to bring up some southerly winds. Whereas if this low sort of just fizzles out and gets cut off, we could be building high pressure back over in the Atlantic and pulling down a northerly wind. So the GEM is in a bit of a balance there. If we have a look at the ECMWF, you can see very similar pattern over the next few days. As we head towards day 10, we do start to pull down a northerly wind briefly. If you look at the upper air, some cooler air does come in, but a big area of low pressure sweeps through. By the end of the run, we're just going really quite westerly, and no real sign of anything too warm at this stage. So ECMWF not quite going for it again. It's in the 10-day plus time frame, so it's still quite uncertain at this stage, and I wouldn't expect all the ensembles or operational runs to be on board at this stage, but it's just at least a scenario we could be seeing with some warmer temperatures. If we now have a look at the GFS ensembles, as you can see, from the 11th to the 27th of May, this is the 6 o'clock run, as the midday run hasn't fully come through yet, but we might just have a look at that towards the end. You can see temperatures at 850 HPA, around or just below average, so cooler conditions than normal, especially under the rain and showers. Perhaps with some more sunshine, you could see temperatures getting up to the high teens. Beyond that, in the longer term, you do see perhaps a third of ensemble members going into quite a warm spell. Now, it's still accompanied by showers, so there's decent chance we do have thunderstorms, showers with that, but generally it's not a massive deluge, so it's not low pressure dominated as such. There are some cooler ensemble members, of course, but again, nothing particularly cold, and again, there's more warmer ensemble members outweighing them at this stage. You can see generally precipitation is frequent, but it's not massive, so it's symbolic of low pressure being around, but not the sort of westerly winds with massive areas of low pressure rattling in off the Atlantic, bringing a deluge. More likely just low pressure milling around, similar to what we've had over the last few days, where we've got showers, thunderstorms if we've got enough instability, and with that, some areas could see a lot of rain, some could see very little. So I wouldn't take these rainfall spikes too literally, but it's just looking likely we will see a lot of showers around. We'll now move on to the midday run, just have a look at what that's showing. And you see very similar pattern. Sort of, it only runs out sort of the 24th of May at this stage, so a couple of days missing at the end. But again, still a lot of ensemble members going quite warm, a few still going quite cool. And you can still see a lot of precipitation spikes with that, some quite high over the next couple of days. That's probably symbolic of little features or thunderstorms developing, which could dump a lot of rain in a short period of time. So again, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, still showers around, and where exactly they're going to be is difficult to say. Perhaps further southwards we do see some frontal rainfall, so that could be why London has some higher spikes as well. If we now have a look at the precipitation chart, so have a look at the arpège today. It's a more high resolution model, so it should be able to show the exact areas a little bit better than the other models do. But you can see at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, so that's earlier this afternoon, you can see where general shower risk was, and you can see the arpège doesn't do an amazing job at it, as not all of these areas saw showers, and some areas saw some very heavy, thundery showers. But it does generally show the areas of rain, and there currently is, as of 7 o'clock, an area of rain, heavy rain with a few thunderstorms towards northern England, and then another area of rain with thunderstorms towards southern Wales and parts of the West Midlands as well. As we run through, those showers do move northwards and probably will lose a little bit of their potency once the sun does set, and you can see again a few showers around, and then the showers do pep up once again tomorrow afternoon, and then we see that potential for some more frontal rainfall and more persistent rainfall further southwards. And it'll be interesting to see exactly what track that takes, as it could dump a lot of rain in some regions. And you can see again through Thursday more showers gathering to the north. Again, could be heavy, thundery perhaps with that, and that low just really spirals around before eventually clearing, and then we do see frontal rain come in, but again, it's nothing too substantial, as I said, these are not vigorous areas of low pressure, and they will have frontal rainfall, but it won't be very heavy, and there won't be really gusty winds with that. If we now finally have a look at the live radar, you can see where we've got these areas of rain. You can see we've got this area of heavy rain of South Wales, West Midlands. That's been spiralling up from the southwest, and that's where we saw the potential for a little funnel cloud or tornado in Exeter. But you can see right now that those thunderstorms have lost their severity, and it's really just an area of rain. Further northwards, we've got a big mass of rain, a few thunderstorms still to sort of the north, it potentially coming out of the outflow of this little system. And this was showers further southwards. These developed over sort of southern England this afternoon, spreaded northwards, turned to thunderstorms in northern England, and has now lost its severity, but it's just an area of rain. Still does look like the north of England has all the instability at this stage. We did see a few thunderstorms in the southwest, of course, but generally most of the thunderstorms over the last few days, at least most of the most severe thunderstorms, have been in the sort of Midlands, Northern England range, and you can still see, even as of 7 p.m, we've still got a few thunderstorms popping off. And if we just go back on the radar, you can see they were popping off a little bit more widespread, parts of Wales, East Anglia as well. But as over the last few hours, they have gradually started to peter out a little bit, but there are still a few thunderstorms holding strength, sort of in the Midlands, northwest England, parts of like Lancashire, Yorkshire could be seeing some very heavy rain and thundery conditions over the next couple hours, and I do expect these thunderstorms to eventually peter out over the next few hours, but we'll just have to see exactly what happens with that. But you can generally see a lot of showers around, and this is going to be similar over the next few days. Perhaps parts of like East Anglia, southeastern parts, didn't see a lot of rain today, maybe a few showers, but nothing too significant. And that perhaps, and they got lucky today not seeing as much rain. Perhaps other areas will see less rain. So it's very difficult to forecast exactly where these thunderstorms will pop off. Under this area of low pressure, we've still got a lot of instability around. Most instability at the moment is in northern England, and that's why we've seen these thunderstorms. But over the next few days, those areas could change and we could see heavier showers elsewhere. So it really is just watch the radar, and I'll try and update that on Twitter as well, as frequent as I can. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe to you, and I'll see you again for another video soon.